Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into today's webinar session. We will be covering how you can use Zoho Site's SEO tools to boost your website's ranking. My name is Christine Robinson and I'm the content marketer for Zoho Sites. I'm glad that all of you were able to join today, and I hope everyone is safe and well. I'm really excited to be doing this webinar because it's the first of which we were doing in a long time, and it's also my first time conducting a webinar. So keep your SEO questions flowing and I will answer them at the end of this session. Also provide any feedback as to how I can improve the overall experience of this interaction. Now let's begin. For those of you who already know, Zoho Sites is a drag-and-drop, intuitive, easy-to-use website builder with tools which aim at easing the design process. And so even if you have great content at your disposal, presentation and design may be a challenge. So with Zoho Sites drag-and-drop builder, we provide a range of elements, pre-built sections, and optimization tools. So you can transform your website into an engaging reflection of your organization in just a few clicks. I'm going to run through a few of our key features. So first we have the pre-designed and responsive templates. We offer over 50 templates which are industry-based and come with captivating imagery and supporting text. Images, text, and other components can be easily customized to suit your requirement. Every website you create with Zoho Sites is automatically optimized for mobile. Your website will look great on phones, tablets, and desktops. You can preview your website to see how it will look on these devices as well. Next we have sections. These layouts help you showcase your page content brilliantly. We provide over 190 sections which can be added to your website by simply dragging and dropping them. Apart from it easing the design process, you can customize existing elements and add to them as well. Our range of elements enable you to add text, images, audio, video, and much more to your website. Each element comes with individual customization objects to give you the flexibility you require. Here is a tool that is my personal favorite, which is the Visual Editor. It enables you to customize the look and feel of your website without having to write a single line of code. You can also preview and experiment with various visual customizations. We've also come up with the Advanced Visual Editor, which is one of our newest tools. And what this tool does is it enables you to provide site-wide edits to particular elements. So for instance, if you take a look at the heading element, right now we are toggling with the H2 tag, and so when you change the color or the font or style, wherever the H2 tag is used throughout your website, that would be the edit that will be performed to it. Next we have the contributor and social tools. So with contributors, you can invite whoever you want, both inside and outside your organization, to help you create your site. You can also assign roles like admin, author, developer, and guest. You and your contributors can edit your site at anywhere and anytime. With social tools, what you can do is leverage the power of social media. You can add these social icons to your page so that whoever visits your website can share your page content on their social media. You can also provide social profiles, and so your visitors can visit your website as well as view your social media pages. Now moving on with the agenda of today's session, we're going to talk about what SEO is and the SEO tools that Zoho Sites provides and how you can go about using these tools. First and foremost, what is SEO and why is it important for your website? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and search engines use the words that you have entered to find websites that are most relevant to your query. There are some results that appear at the top of the list because they contain related keywords and headings. So optimizing your web pages to meet these parameters will make your website search engine friendly. Zoho Sites' built-in SEO tools help your website stay fresh and relevant. It also helps you bring in more traffic so you can enjoy a wider audience. We provide SEO tools that operate both page-wise and site-wide, meaning that you can have optimization for individual pages as well as for your entire site. This ensures that even if your website doesn't rank as high on Google, your web pages certainly can. Now I've divided this session into 3 segments with a demo at the end of each to show you how everything operates on the builder. So the first session will be about the site-wide SEO tools and settings. So we'll start with robots text. So if you want to take a look at robots text, it's a way of informing search engines whether to crawl and index a page or not. For example, if you specify in your robots text file that you don't want search engines to access your thank you page, that page will not be shown in the search engine results and web users won't be able to find it. Another reason that you may want to block a page using robots text is when you have duplicate pages on your site and you don't want robots to index it, because that would result in duplicate content which could hurt your SEO. All pages on your site will be crawled by default, and you'll have to modify the robots text file if you want to prevent pages from being crawled by search engines. I've added GIFs as to how each of these tools operate, but I'll just skip through it now because I'll be getting to the demo at the end. So we'll move on to Google Analytics. Google Analytics shows you data from all channels that are directing traffic to your website. These channels could either be organic search, paid search, social media, backlinks, or direct traffic. Being able to monitor all these platforms allow you to assess what is working and what isn't in terms of marketing. It provides valuable insight that can help you shape the success strategy of your business. To optimize your website for Google, you need to know the details of what people do when they visit your website, how long they stay, and what pages they visit. Once you know the age, gender, interest, device, and location of your audience, you can make your website cater to the demographic you are receiving traffic from. Moving on to meta tags. You can use meta tags to verify the ownership of your website in Google Search Console. With the Google Tag Manager, it helps you make tag management simple by allowing you to deploy website tags all in one place. Tags are snippets of code that are added to a site to collect information and send it to third parties. You can use tags for all sorts of purposes, such as scroll tracking, monitoring form submission, and tracking how people arrive at your site. With Bing Webmaster, it's very similar to Google. You can enter your tracker ID to gain insight from Bing. Bing is more than likely your second largest provider of search engine traffic, so once you've submitted your data to Google, you can submit it to Bing as well. Bing provides an SEO analyzer where you can enter a page for Bing to suggest what SEO issues need to be fixed. The 301 redirect tool can be used to shift a user from a page that they have requested to a page that you would like them to view. This redirect is useful when you have pages on an old URL that can be accessed from a new URL. For example, if you have an old and outdated URL, you can shift it to a new one so you don't miss out on traffic from that page. Using this redirect, pages that you've deleted can be redirected to alternate pages. It also comes in handy when you have to renovate your site. You can retain traffic by redirecting visitors to other pages as you continue working on your site. With the sitemap, it tells search engines about the page structure of your website. It also provides metadata about your site pages, such as when a page was last updated, how often the page is changed, and page importance. This also helps with SEO as it makes it easier for search engines to find out about the content on your site so that it can appear in the search result. XML sitemaps are important for SEO for various reasons. If you think of your website as a house, then each of your pages can be considered a room. An XML sitemap is like a blueprint for your house that shows each of these rooms. First, sitemaps make it easy for Google to find your site pages. That's also important because Google ranks web pages, not just websites. There's no downside to having an XML sitemap for your page. Second, sometimes pages end up without any internal links pointing to them, making them hard to find. So an XML sitemap lists the important pages to help Google understand your website structure. So now we'll get on into a demo to show you how each of these site-wide tools operate. So I'll just access my website builder. So to access your SEO tools, you first click on Settings. We'll start with the first one, which is robots text. So what you do here is that you enter this format, which would be disallow, :/, the name of the page that you wouldn't like to be crawled. For instance, we'll just enter the home page, and then you click save. And now this page will not be crawled. As you can see, your robots text has been updated. Then we'll move on to Google Analytics Webmaster Tools. So you enter your analytics account. You enter an account name. I'll just enter the name of my website. You choose web because you're going to be measuring your website. Enter the website name and the website URL. You can select an industry category based on what your website is about, and then you can change your time zone and such. Click create. Agree to the terms of service. Once the page has loaded, you can copy your tracking ID, go back to your website builder, enter your tracking ID, and click save. And don't forget to hit publish. I will show you how to add the meta tag as well. So you go to the meta tags and you enter the URL of your website over here as well. Click continue. You click the HTML tag drop down and copy the meta tag. Head back to your site builder and enter the meta tag here. You should take only the characters within the double quotes, omitting everything else, so you can remove all the other script. Click save, and then republish your site. After publishing your site, you can head back and click verify. And now that your site is verified, you can go to the properties and you can check its performance, coverage, enhancements, etc. Next, we'll move on to Google's Tag Manager. So you go to the Tag Manager setting. You head into your Tag Manager account and you enter your account details. So I'll just enter the name of my website, enter the URL, and choose the target platform, which will be web. Agree to the terms and services. You can copy the Google Tag Manager tag over here, head back to your site builder, click save, publish your site, and then you're good to go. So these are dealing with Google's properties. If you want to verify your website with Bing as well, you log into your Bing account, do the same thing of entering your website URL, add, enter any details that they require, and then click save. And then what you can do is copy the meta tag over here, just what's within the quotes is what you would need to paste. Click save. Do the same republishing of your website. And then once your site is published, you can verify the ownership. And that's basically it. You can see your statistics are good to go. and you're verified, and you can check how your SEO is doing. And this will help you improve how you can create better content or strategically place things on your website. You can see how users are reacting to your web pages and make necessary changes according to the information that you have learned from your analytics. Now we can move on to the site-wide SEO settings. And so, speaking of how important it is for individual pages to rank on Google, we've also created page-wise SEO tools. Before taking a look at these tools, here are a few points to consider when you're adding content to your pages. The first point would be that you can try to intersperse keywords relevant to the context of your page within your content. Also try to include at least one H1 and H2 tag with keywords in them. Try not to make multiple pages with duplicate content, as this will confuse search engines. On the back end, when pages and URLs get created, there are master copies of pages that have same content but varying URLs. For these situations, we provide canonical tags, which are a way of telling search engines that a specific URL represents the master copy of a page. So here are the page-wise SEO settings. We have the title, keyword, and description boxes. So I will take you into the features again at the end of this particular segment. So in the page title box, you can enter a title for your page. This will be the name that appears in the search results. Titles are important as they are displayed on search engine result pages as the clickable headline for a given result. They are also necessary for the usability, SEO, and social sharing. In the keyword section, you can enter any word or phrase that you think that your visitors might use to find your site. Remember that keywords are phrases that people will use, so you try to make something that is relevant to what you think they might search for while trying to look up for your website. In the description box, you can add a description or a brief summary of what your website page is about. Search engines such as Google often display the meta description in the search results, which can influence your click-through rate. Descriptions can be of any length, and Google generally truncates snippets to 155 or 160 characters. It's best to keep meta descriptions long enough that they are sufficiently descriptive. We also provide robots text and sitemap XML settings. And so the robots text has three different tags, which are the no index, no follow, no archive tags. And so each of them play a different role, where the no index tag will tell search engines not to index the page in search results. And the no follow tag will tell the search engines not to follow pages, whereas the no archive tag will tell search engines not to store a cached copy of the page. With the sitemap XML tool, with that switch, you can allow search engines to crawl and index your page easily. And so you can also select the frequency and priority of your page. The frequency indicates how periodic your page edits are, and the pages with higher priority have a better chance of getting crawled. So we'll get into a quick demo of how these site-wide tools operate. So to access your page SEO tools, I'll just add a new page because I would like to show you how we also provide URLs instantly. So let's say we have a new page called menu. So as you see, a URL called menu automatically pops up as well. You can always edit this and enter any other URL that you would like. And the page title can be Krypton's menu. So this will be the clickable URL. You can add keywords like menu could be one, or Krypton's cuisines, and food. Any other thing that you think that somebody might use to try and find your website. And then you can also add a description. So if this is going to be the menu page, we can give a little background as to what this page is about. So we can have something like this menu was curated by the top chefs, just for example's sake. So you have to really take some time and think about what keywords and descriptions you would want to add to really bring out and emphasize what your page is about. And here's where you can select the no index, no follow for the page. and you can select what frequency and the priority as well. So once you're done with that, you click add, and then that page will be created, so you can go about customizing it as per how you would require. Getting back to the presentation, we have SEO for images. And so Zoho Sites automatically optimizes images for faster loading on mobile and desktop devices. So as you can take a look, when you're trying to upload an image, we already optimize it, so you can either upload it directly or upload and skip optimization. We also provide alt text, and so alt text is used to describe the image for search engines and screen readers. Alt text appears in place of an image on a web page if the image fails to load on the user's screen. Alt text is not only crucial for image SEO, but also helps screen reading tools describe the imagery on your website to visually impaired readers. We also have image captions, which are descriptive text that appear when a visitor hovers over an image. So a few points to remember. When it comes to optimizing your images, you have to remember that images make up about 21% of your total web page's weight. So to have a faster loading website, compress your images before uploading them to your website. You can also do this by using tools such as Photoshop or TinyPNG, so that the quality of your images are not compromised while compressing it. And then when it comes to file names, creating descriptive keyword-rich file names are absolutely crucial. Image file names alert Google and other search engine crawlers as to the subject matter of your image. For example, if you're running a pet adoption website and you want to put up images of your abandoned pets, you could easily just go about naming your files as dog 1 and dog 2, but that's very vague and Google may not be able to crawl that as efficiently as you would like it to. So what you could do is rather put up a descriptive file name such as abandonedpugpuppies.png. And so I'll just show you really quick how the imagery SEO works. So if you take this image for example, you can add alternate text over here. So for example, I'll just enter a name like, so this is what will appear on Google. And then if you want to add a caption, we have a caption that you can add, and then you just save that and it appears as you hover over the image, as you can see here. So apart from these settings, we also have SEO and 301 redirect for your blog posts. So individual blog posts can be redirected to any location you choose. You can use this tool when you would like to redirect posts from an external blogging platform to any URL that you prefer. You can also make a page redirect to a specific post. And other available SEO tools include categories and tags that can be customized for each post. You can also add a cover image and a description. So I'll just take you into that to show you what that looks like real quick. We can access the blog page on your website, and then you can access your post. So in your post, you can see that you can add a post URL. You can add categories, which will appear over here, and you can choose from them in the drop-down box. You can also add tags relevant to the post that you've created. You can provide a summary, which will be like a brief description of your post, and set cover images. These are post-specific SEO tools, and if you want to get to the blog-specific SEO tools, you can click on Preferences, and then you can add under SEO, you have titles and descriptions. You can also add categories, which have their own specific SEO title descriptions individually for them as well. This comes for categories and tags also, as you can see. So you can just enter them according to what your website is about, and that will really help when it comes down to the SEO of your website. So here's a few screenshots of what these tools look like. And these are all the SEO tools that Zoho says provides and helps your website to achieve its maximum potential. To learn more about SEO and other related updates, visit our help page, which I will be sharing with you in the email along with this presentation and recording of this. Thank you for joining us.